Happy Thursday, you guys. I'm driving, so sorry I'm not looking at you, but I've been wanting to make this video for a while, and this is my chance. This is my opportunity. A lot of the women that I coach, one of the things that I talk to them about is how taking care of ourselves is not only our personal responsibility, but also such a necessity. It's not a luxury. So what happens a lot of times with women is that we don't even pay attention to the fact that we don't feel good, or we pay attention to the fact that we don't feel good, but then we don't really know why, right? And sometimes there are things that we can control, and sometimes there are things that we can't. But one of the things as women that we can't ignore is that feeling good is super important in order to do everything that we do. We are more emotional than men are, and we are more sensitive sometimes. And when you look good, you feel good, right? When you put effort into yourself, when you put effort into the things around you, when you are genuinely happy. I hate the saying, happy wife, happy life, because I find it so selfish and entitled and like rude, honestly. Like both parties should be really happy, and it shouldn't be that the husband's miserable if the wife isn't happy. So I don't like the saying, but I do understand the premise of what somebody is trying to say, which is a lot of times as women, we are the pillar of our home in terms of the energy, right? Our children, our husbands, and when we are not good, everything does go to shit. It sucks because everybody around us does kind of suffer the consequences of that. And so a lot of times when I'm talking to women and they're like, oh, I'm bloated and I'm tired and I'm in a rut and I don't know what I want to do and I feel ugly and I feel all these things, right? It's like, obviously changing the way that you look physically is great and it's necessary, and I'm a big believer that that is the foundation, the anchor to any other change you want to make in your life. You need to look good, you need to feel good, you need to work on your health and fitness. However, that obviously does take time, and sometimes there are little things that we can do every day that really does make a world of a difference. So I'll tell you, for me, I'll get my nails done, I got a pedicure also, I'll get my hair done, I'll buy a new outfit. All of those things are great, right? I'm always paying attention to how I feel, and I do notice the shift in my energy and the shift in my just well-being when I'm not put together, right? When I'm not working out, when I'm not eating the way that I'm supposed to, when I don't feel like I'm put together. So all of that is great, right? It's unique to me. Like, I'm like that. Not everybody's like that. But I was talking to somebody yesterday, somebody that I work with, and she's like, oh, I feel bloated and I'm tired and whatever, and it's because somebody that I work with, then obviously I can give my input and I can give my opinion. And so we kind of put her on a path. Like, she happened to have a hair appointment today. You're not always going to have a hair or nail appointment, right? But she happened to have a nail appointment today, and I told her exactly what kind of workout to do this morning and exactly what kind of thing to listen to during that cardio session. I told her to go get a tan, sign up for the tanning membership, and go get a tan, get a spray tan, get the tanning back in rotation. And she feels so much better, right? And again, every day is going to look different. And I told her that. I said, sometimes it takes getting a new mug for your morning coffee. Sometimes it takes buying fresh flowers to put on your countertop in the kitchen. Sometimes it takes, let me take a shower, wash my hair, put on an outfit, fix my makeup a little bit, and like restart, right? Sometimes it takes putting on a song you love. Like, we're all different, but what's not different is that what we should all be doing as women, but as humans in general, right, is paying attention to how we're feeling when we are easily irritated at things or at people, when things feel like they're not flowing, when we're always tired, when we're not really motivated, right? When all of these things, when it just doesn't feel awesome, like, we really need to take a look within and be like, what is it that I could do to feel better? And some answers are going to take longer. If you're working on a physical transformation, yeah, that's going to take a little bit. It's not something you're going to be able to do today, right? But what can I do today so that I can shift my energy and so that I can feel better? So not only is that your responsibility, right, as a human, as a person, to make sure that you are paying attention to how you feel, shifting what you need to shift so you can show up as the best version of yourself for yourself, right? Why are we going to go through life miserable? And for the people around you that you love. Not only is that your responsibility, it's extremely selfless, not selfish, right? Because it's selfish to be walking around miserable or to be walking around and not be your best self. So anytime that you're not feeling your best, you're not aligned. So you need to stop, you need to take a second, you need to see how you're going to realign, and you need to do whatever you need to do or can do in that given day, in that given moment, and then the next day and the day after that, because everything resets, everybody resets. The same way you have to brush your teeth every day, right? Every day you have to pay attention to how you're feeling and how you're doing and what's going on. So that's my message for you today. Make sure that you're paying attention, that you're in tune with yourself, and that whenever you need to realign, that you do so in whatever way possible.